You guys thought that we're going to play a game last night, and you thought I wasn't going to get on it today? That's what you thought? The Lakers meter went from 2 to 5. And no, it's not the players. Because I know a lot of you are going to say something about Westbrook. It's bigger fish to fry. Let's talk about it. Sheesh. What's up, Laker fans? You already know who this is. Wally World, baby. We sitting here the next day after. We sitting here. We just saw Alabama take out the #1 team in Georgia. But it has nothing to do with the Lakers right now. Because Lakers were last night. I had to sit back and had to almost give myself close to 24 hours, even though it's not, to really break down this game. I watched it last night. I watched it again today. I study, I break down, and I'm going to tell you something right now. A lot of you are going to say something about Westbrook. 10 points. Oh, man, 10 points. He's out of here. Get him out of here. A lot of you are going to say that. I understand that. But you know what? You're human. You have bad games for a reason. But the turnovers were down. Now, again, the same way early in the season, you remember the over-the-body pass that went out of bounds, and we was like, it was the worst time to have a turnover. You seen it last night with Westbrook hooking the arm, going around, trying to go behind the back for the pass to AD. It happens. Let me stop by saying this. It happens. For the ones who are wanting players to be mechanical like you see on 2K, meanwhile, I play 2K. Shameless plug. For the ones who want things to be perfect in 2K, and if you are a 2K player, you understand that the jump shot that you know you are 100% effective on still doesn't hit when you're out there in the park or you out there on Pro-Am or anywhere in the rec. It's the same way it goes in real life. Even worse. Let me tell you, look at my mouth. I have been trying to tell you guys what we have to do as a team. Defense.
He was absolutely right. Defense, soft, finesse.
Defense. I constantly keep saying defense because our coach is a defensive specialist. So before you guys want to talk about players, and I've said this, let me turn my body to the ones who don't understand this game, which really irks me to death. Systems make players. Let me repeat that. System makes players. And you're seeing it with all the All-Stars, with all the Hall of Famers, with all the first-team NBAs, with all the first-team defense. System makes players. Who creates the system and culture? Coaches. Let me give you an example. A lot of you right now are wishing you were in the same boat as the Golden State Warriors. Wishing that you was in the same boat with the Phoenix Suns. I know how Laker fans go. We supposed to be in that position. Not understanding that you have a brand new team, as I mentioned. Not understanding that the Phoenix Suns just came from the championship and they didn't lose anybody. The same team in Golden State that's been waiting on players and waiting on guys to understand the system. That they are now 2 years in the system. Last year, they was fighting for a playoff spot when we beat them. Now they're top of the West. System. Okay? The difference between them and us, we don't have that much time to wait. So it makes us be more antsy and impatient. And our anxiety rises because we have veterans that don't have that much longer to play and we're trying to get something now. Right? The selfishness in us. We're trying to do things in light year speeds faster than everybody else to still get you guys as Laker fans to be pleased. The spotlight is so bright when you're in the purple and gold. And we know that. That's expectation. The players know as well. But the players still need the coaching staff to get you in that position. And due to the fact that Frank Vogel has been around now in his third season, the way he does things is supposed to make sense by now. And that's what I'm about to get to. I've never been a person. You can go back as far as you want. And even people that know me understand this. I don't wish people's jobs. Let me just give you a simple thought process of me in sports. I am a North Carolina Tar Heel basketball fan. Roy Williams have done a lot of things that we have kind of been iffy about. And it frustrated me. But I didn't want Roy Williams to leave. But I also knew it was time for Roy to go when I seen that the system was not matching the players. I am a Dallas Cowboy football fan. A lot of people want to name out players, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, but they don't understand who they came from and what the system is. We had Jason Garrett for 10 seasons. Notice the key word is 10 seasons. But Jason Garrett doesn't even make it after 2 seasons with his team that he just came from with the New York Giants. 10-2. System. Coaching. So I'm going to go back. Oh, I'm an LA Dodger fan. I'm manager. Roberts. I'm almost close to shipping him out, but I can't do that because we have the players. But some of the lineups and some of the situational pitching at the end of innings kind of shake me. Jensen, again, I still don't say a coach should be fired. I say that either he can figure it out or he can walk on his own. This is me talking and going to a level 5. And it's not because it's the Clippers. It's because of what I've seen in the game. And I'm telling you right now, Frank Vogel is best if you just walk yourself out of the doors at the All-Star break. I made videos to show you guys how this LeBron James system works. And a lot of you look at me like I'm a nut. I asked you guys to comment. You don't want to comment, fine. But I said that David Fizdale may be the coach of the future, just like Tyronn Lue was to David Blatt. You're seeing it before your eyes. Because this team is showing that they do not trust Frank Vogel's moves anymore. Let me explain to you how sports work. Any sport, football, basketball, baseball, etc. You got a window of your stuff to work before other teams have film on it. Understand your weaknesses, understand your strengths. It doesn't matter about the players, it's about your system. Because your system has to fit every player you bring in. Bill Belichick does the same exact thing for the New England Patriots. Doesn't matter if Tom Brady's there or not. And now we're seeing a rookie in Mac Jones take that same system and be able to win games. It's your system. It's your philosophy. It's the way that your team plays. The Patriot way and all those things, right? Well, think about it in LA. It's the Vogel way. And the Vogel way doesn't work. I'm going to explain why the Vogel way doesn't work, because I am going to say this before I take a sip, and you're going to see here while I take one. You have NBA All-Stars, first team defense, first team offense. You have triple-double kings and all of that. And you're playing a zone in the National Basketball Association. You are running a zone in defense. Hold up. Last time I seen a zone was in college basketball. The Tar Heels do a 4 corners. The Tar Heels do a 2-3 zone when they have the lead. We were running zone when we were down because we don't have enough guys that will really sit down and play defense. And don't give me old. Give me put guys in position to be able to succeed. If you think that there are too old, then bring in guys that are defensive guys and be able to know how to sub in and out during the whistle. offense for defense. We see it all the time, especially in the last 3 minutes, right? Well, the same thing happens in the last 2 minutes where you lost this game. Momentum was going. You stayed in the game. You kept it close. You took the lead. They got it back. You were down 1. You went into zone. And not only did you go into zone, what you did was you zoned one guy in Paul George that didn't have a great fourth quarter shooting. Number 1. Number 2, you doubled off the ball to leave guys open in spots because you're playing zone. In a zone, no one doubles in a zone. You're playing a 2-3 zone, no one doubles in a zone because your goal is to play in a spot. The zone is to cover you from having to play man or having to trap. And if you are going to trap, a 2-3 is not what you want to trap in because you have so much space to be able to recover. A 1-3-1 trap? Sure. 1-3-1 zone trap? Yes. 1-3-1 high trap? Cool. Because that's right when they come across the line, you have one guy pressing and one guy coming to help. But you have other guys behind you. But you do not trap in a 2-3 zone. Anybody know what I'm talking about with basketball? You don't trap in a 2-3 zone. Because you have too many open spots that can expose the zone. Let me break down some basketball for you. You have in a 2-3 zone, you have the free throw line that will be always wide open. You have one corner of the 2-3 zone, depending on how fast the ball moves. And one quick move can break the whole 2-3 zone down. So it's about how quick you are and anticipating. Because I can throw it at the free throw line, it collapses the defense to a corner that comes because everybody's trying to rotate and the corners be open. Or your elbows of the 3 be open because when they throw it down, that guy now has to turn his head to go down and see what you're doing, which now that guy in the elbow can move over to be able to get to another spot. So when you turn your head, he's not in front of you anymore and he's on the other side of you. How did you lose the game? Luke Kennard, that came from Duke, that understand 2-3 zones from the University of North Carolina, going against them for 4 seasons. We're not going to talk about Morris hitting a bank 3. What killed your momentum was Luke Kennard's back-to-back 3s. You sent Luke Kennard back to Durham, North Carolina, and Duke. Now, let me ask you a question. Truly, and I'm not even here to vent, how many people is Luke Kennard getting past on man-to-man? If you had your last rent money, do you think Luke Kennard gets past LeBron James, injured or not, in a man-to-man situation? What about Anthony Davis? What about Russell Westbrook? What about even Carmelo? You don't think that he can go through any of them? Well, those people were on the floor, and you ran a 2-3 zone and tried to double team guys to leave other guys that are set shooters wide open that are used to this. And the guys that beat you can't create off the dribble. And you're trying to double team one guy who's not having a great fourth quarter in Paul George. Let me ask you a quick question. What would you do if Kawhi Leonard was out there? Did y'all forget about him? What would you do if Kawhi Leonard, the mid-range guy, would be out there? Because he would tear you up in a 2-3 zone from the free throw line to death because that's all he wants anyway. What do you do then? And then Paul George now is in the corner, or Paul George is now at the elbow 3. What do you do then? Nothing? You let one of them burn you to death? Point made. That was terrible from Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel has the audacity to have enough confidence to get in front of a microphone and still support that. When you have all-stars that needs to link up and man up. You got back in the game playing man. You allow guys to get what they get. It's just like you will let Michael Jordan get 60 if everybody else has 8. But here's my extra. If you're trying to remove guys from the 3-point line, which I've told you in previous videos that the way the Lakers will lose is guards not being able to defend. So I'm right again. Here we are. The guards have killed you. Shai Gilgeous, Guards from Sacramento, the Clippers, the Bulls. Your guards have beat you. Everybody's worrying about Anthony Davis. I said Anthony Davis to get stronger and be able to attack the basket. That's his own individual game. But it's not the interior. Then Davis had 24, 10, and 7. Don't give me Anthony Davis missed free throws. Because nobody's saying anything when LeBron's missing them. You're just happy that he's king, right? So Anthony Davis misses free throws because he's gained more weight. He's more bulkier. Now you're understanding how it is to shoot free throws as a big man like Dwight Howard and the rest of the guys that are bulkier than AD. It's an adjustment. But what my problem is that we are still passing AD the ball behind the three-point line when he's 16.7%. Coaches call timeouts and say, don't shoot that shit anymore. That's what coaches do. Coaches say, we're going to set a play up for you to be down in the paint and dominate. You're going against Serge Ibaka with a bad back. Marcus Morris, who is too short. We're still shooting jump shots and threes. Everything I'm saying is factual. I'm not here to try to spare your feelings. And then you have Westbrook now going and doubling guys, and then you're going to say, because you don't know game, you're going to say, it's Westbrook's fault for not getting back. You shouldn't be playing zone in the NBA. There was no zone played in your championship run, even with a Rondo. Right? So why are you playing a zone now? Let the results be what they are. Just get them off the three-point line. Make them dribble, run clock, and make them try to shoot jump shots. Mid-range. You still stay in the game. You're down 1, they hit 1, you're down 3. You get 1, you get back-to-back threes, you're down 7. That's how it works. Frank Vogel is delusional at this point. To still, and let me tell you, Frank Vogel, I would have respected him if Frank Vogel said that was bad choices by me. But when you get back on a post game and say that you are confident in what you did like this, then it lets me know you want either to be, like my friend said in another previous video, want to be on unemployment, or you don't want to coach this team anymore. You have lost the team. And there's a such thing as losing the team. And I think that he lost the team. And the reason why he lost the team, it took him too long to bring Dwight Howard as a center. It took him too long to let Bazemore be in his street clothes or be in his warm-ups. It took too long. These things are taking too long. Which lets me know that you are a player's coach hoping that they get it instead of saying, we don't have that much time, because you're still thinking that you're coaching like you have a young team trying to develop. And coaches that did that, where's Luke Walton? I'll wait. I think he's applied at Target a couple days ago. He's out of the league. He is coaching this team now like they are young guys. And you have a small window. And he doesn't understand it because he's banking on the championship that he gave the Lakers like if he was in Indiana. If you give Indiana a championship, you can coach them until you're like Greg Popovich. But in Los Angeles, it's a different expectation. So I'm asking the Laker fans to not have the big expectation, but also understand that stop every week you're trying to get rid of somebody. You're getting other people's trash if you trade them. Okay, listen. Prime example. There's sources that are saying that the Knicks and the Houston Rockets are having a conversation right now to send Kemba Walker to Houston for Kemba Walker is going to Houston for John Wall. Well, you're getting the same player. John Wall hasn't played all season, so you got to get him in shape. Kemba Walker can't guard anybody. You're going to still put him on the bench because you want the young guys to still be able to flourish, and you're still in the same boat. So just think about that, Lakers, when you're trying to ship guys off for no apparent reason and you don't have any great collateral that fits the team. Because I told you, systems make players. Frank Vogel can't coach this team because it's not constructed perfectly. And there's no purpose behind it. And you can't go on here on TV and say, win it for Mamba. You have to now be a coach. And this is why Indiana got rid of him, Orlando got rid of him, and here we are. So, you want to know how you lost the game? You want to know why? Can't say turnovers and threes. Can't say percentage because you shot better. Can't say points in the paint. You had more points in the paint. It's because of the defensive assignments, and you can't stop anybody that's on the perimeter. I just made $1 million coach earn their $1 million with my 10-cent thought. And if they can't guard first, when you are a defensive-minded coach first, then you're going to lose games because you can't outshoot people. Because as much as people say, and I had a comment one time said, we only shot 32 threes, calm down, but we shot 31%. It's really not good. One missed three would have put us in the 20s. You at least be shooting 35 to 36% from three in order to win games. You thought you shot 31%. And again, you are really in desperation when you have two defenders out there, but you want to put Melo in the last 2 minutes because you're worrying about scoring instead of defense, and you're only down one. Which lets me know, Frank Vogel, you got this last month to figure it out, sir. Or I promise you, you're going to automatically lose a team where they start running their own individual plays, or you'll be fired for the highest bidder. And on that note, La Laker out. Oh, side note. And I said on my previous video, Rondo played with the Clippers, so he knows their terminology. And I want you to go look and see how many minutes did Rondo play last night. But you had Monk playing 32 minutes against the Hornets because he played against them. But Rondo, just find out how many minutes he had, and I'll let you know who the heck does that.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 fucking way, boy.
Give me my theme music.